All right, welcome back. We're answering a question, an ongoing one about supervision, and I covered my own career now. Got 26 years, 27 years on. I'm a top step, and I told you the good and the bad and the ugly. We have over 90 of these different stories, or different questions and answers. A good number of them have been supervision. RealCopStoriesVideos.com. Look that up. We have 355 cop stories. You'll love them. Vice, narcotics, all the normal police stuff. And if you want, and this is a response to a question. So if you want to ask me a question or make some comments, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Okay, all right. So I'm a top step, and I'm running a squad. I've got 9 people assigned to me in South Los Angeles. Dangerous area. We're doing warrants every day, and I'm telling you some of the stuff I had to do as a supervisor, top step supervisor. Okay, here's one. Okay, so here it is. We do warrants every day, and I'm telling you how bad. This compares how bad the supervisors were there before me. There was a whole round robin of top steps in there a month at a time, and it was not a good thing for morale. You have to. Cops need stability. You need to have. You need stability in supervision. You need to know someone you can count on, someone you can trust, and they weren't getting that. And so there was a problem, and I was told to fix it. A captain told me to fix it, and I did. So we did one of several warrants. So one of the first time we did a warrant, it's 5:30. We're coming in from the field, 2 or 3 arrestees, bunch of narcotics, guns. Everybody's going to work. Well, first of all, it's dinner time, okay? And where I've always worked, and even back in the day, cops always ate. I mean, we always not that we sat down and ate. I think 99% of the time I ate in a uniform assignment was on the hood of my car, okay, or the trunk of the car, because you just eat on the run. You finish your radio call, you go get a burrito, you order it, you eat it, and halfway through the food, you get on the radio and say, "I'm available for calls." You take 2 bites, they give you a call, and you're off and running. I mean, that's how it does. All cops do that. It's just amazing. So they're working, right? And I go, "This is crazy." So I get on the phone, I find a local Domino's. I got 9 people, so I ordered like 3 large pizzas, and at that time they had a promo where you get a liter of soda with each one. So I thought, well, I make enough money. So I called, drove over there. I had nothing to do, like I told you earlier. They're booking bodies, booking evidence, writing the reports. Until the end where I read it all, I have nothing to do except walk around and just walk around, because I'm not, unlike some of the other top steps that were bragging about how great they were and dislocating their shoulder by patting themselves on the back, okay, I knew where my meal comes from, and it's my people. So I go get the pizza, I come back, I walk in there with the pizzas, and I had one of the guys with me, one of my guys, let's go, I need some help to carry it. We come back in, I go, "Hello, everybody," and everybody stops, Suspects have already been booked. The first thing you do is get rid of the bodies, put them in the jail, because otherwise you have to babysit. Everybody stop. It's like, we're already like 40 minutes past our end of shift time. Now we're on overtime. We're going to eat. And they looked at me like they couldn't believe that I was saying this. We're going to eat. Well, we're on overtime. Yeah, you're right. We're on overtime. Eat. 1 hour. Take your time. Eat. We got to eat. And they were just like, oh my gosh. They had some plates, and with the 2 ladies that work there, it's domestic coming out of them. I don't want to be sexist, but they go get some plates and some forks, and everything gets passed around, and we're eating pizza and soda, and that's what we're doing. We sit there eating. They were like, "Wow, this is great." I asked a couple guys, "They wouldn't let you eat?" I go, "No." The other guys say, "No, we're on overtime. You can't be eating on overtime." Well, that's a crock, okay? We make arrests, and you're going to go to 8 o'clock 9 o'clock at night without eating for 7, 8, 9 hours? No. Get hungry on duty, we eat on duty. I always said that, okay? They were in shock about that. So the little things like that forms your squad is just ridiculous not to let people eat. They wouldn't let them eat. They wouldn't let them go off on weekends. Well, what's going on here? This is not slave driving. We're not trying to solve the Kennedy assassination or find out who shot JR here, or whatever you want to call it. It's just narcotics work. Just relax, loosen up a little bit. Okay, so anyway, so then, along with all this, about every 3rd day, I get a call from the division captain. He wanted to talk with me, and I go in there and we're talking about stuff. And the adjutant comes in, like I said earlier. He's got a list of names, about the loan program, and about we have to exchange 2 guys that have been in this unit before I got there. So they hand me a couple of names, because I'm looking at them and I'm asking the adjutant, are these good people? He goes, "Oh yeah, they're really good people. They're top of uniformed assignment. Best arrest, least amount of complaints. They're not physically involved and all that stuff." Okay, fine. So that evening at roll call, the patrol roll call, which is like, I think it's 4 o'clock, I go to it, because the adjutant tells me they're in there at roll call. Okay, fine. So I go in there, and of course I walk in, and the watch commander knows I'm the narcotic guy, because I introduce myself to all the watch commanders. And I walk in, I see him, I go like that, and I go, like this, 1 minute, and he goes, okay. So then he's doing his roll call thing, and then at the end of the roll call, he says, we have the detective here from narcotics, and then everybody turns around. He's like 35, young, they look like they're 12, okay? Young uniform officers. Even the sergeants look young. They're all looking, right? They're all turning around. I go, yes, I'd like to talk to Lieutenant, with your approval, I'd like to talk to this officer and this lady officer after the roll call, please. Sure, no problem. You guys, oh, yeah. They're like, they don't know what it is, but they kind of know what it is, okay? Because they put their application in. You got to put an application in. They know it's coming, but they're not really sure what's going to happen here. Okay, fine. So roll call's over, and the guys are all walking out. And I went up, thanked the lieutenant and the sergeant. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. That was just good. Take how much time you need. Okay. Because they already knew what it was, obviously. So I asked the lady, I'll call her the girl lady, tell her, step outside for a minute, I'm going to talk to this guy. Okay, fine. And you guys, I'm here to give you an interview for the narcotics assignment. Oh, now they're really, because at first you're kind of like, oh, they're like, oh, this is great. Like, yeah. So you guys want to work dope, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. So she steps outside, and this is supervisory stuff. So the young kid, he's got about maybe 4 years on, 26 years old, 27 years old. And I can't even remember, 57. Anyway, so we sit down, we just talk. I just ask him some questions because when I was a young officer or detective, nobody ever told me what I was expected to do, what was expected of me. That's another thing I learned on my sponge. Is you can't bring people over and expect them to do something unless you tell them what they're supposed to be doing. It sounds so simple. But some supervisors will say, "Oh, you just said like my boss. Here's a set of keys. Just follow everybody." What kind of direction is that? So I told them what I expected of them. Hard day's work, blah blah blah. Working overtime. I have to work weekends. Blah. Okay, and I used to ask them, "Is there anything you can tell me that you can't do? Is there any reason why you can't do this job?" That's my question. That's why I have this interview. Is there any reason why you cannot do what I asked you to do right now? If you can't, that's fine. We'll just get someone else. Because this is demanding. This is a lot of hours. Search warrants every day, kicking indoors. And as I'm saying this, kicking indoors, search warrants every day, guns. They're looking at me like they just can't wait to start. They're drooling. You can see they're like, yeah, yeah. I said, and I told them, eventually you'll be writing search warrants. And they're looking at me like, whoa, because that's something they've never done. You're going to be dealing with informants? Whoa. He said, look on their face, right? Within 3 months, 2 months, you'll be giving briefings to 35 people? Okay. Can you do all that? Yeah, well, you'll do it. You'll do it. I know you will. Got people that are doing it now. I gave the names of the 2 people that were with us for 6 months, because all the uniforms know each other. Gave those 2, one male and one female. I said, they've done it. They're coming back, and they're experts now. You'll be just like them. He goes, yeah, I know they were over there. Yeah. You'll be just like them. I'm ready. Okay, fine. So that wasn't a problem. Again, back in the other realcopstoriesvideos.com, I told you that I went to a outside city and gave oral boards to incoming potential police candidates. I kept that and put that in my sponge. And now I'm using it on this one. This is how everything works together, okay? So here comes the lady. Now I had 2 lady partners, and since I'm a top step, this is my first squad, I've never had any ladies working for me that I've had to interview ahead of time. When I got there, I inherited 2 ladies and a man, okay, a male officer. This is first for me. So I've got to be careful, because all this political correctness stuff and everything else. So when she came in, I made sure the door was open. That it's a big roll call room, but I want to make sure nobody thinks that I'm closing the door and try to do something to her, try to gain whatever. Who knows what people do. And there's a police station, so people are walking back and forth all the time. So the doors are open. I did that on purpose, just to make sure she's comfortable, and of course I'm comfortable. So she sits there, and she's all excited now. Very nice looking lady. I said, yeah, how you doing? I said, you come highly recommended. And she's like, and she knows, these people know that they are top step because the adjutant has given them to me for an interview. He would not give me lousy workers. He told me that. The captain said, this adjutant will give you the top guys. So I know they're top anyway. So I tell him, well, you've been selected by the adjutant and the captain, and then I just need to give you an interview. And, oh yeah, so very very fine interview. Everything was great. Answered almost the same questions. We kind of the same questions. And I said, is there anything you want to tell me that you will not be able to do this, or maybe you're restricted? Like I have one of my guys is on military leave, just so I know that 2 weeks out of the year you're going to be gone, and 1 weekend, and that's fine. Just it's not a big deal. Okay, we support that. Obviously, we support the military. She goes, well, there's one thing. I went, oh no, because this is going to be my first lady. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get her. Because again, even in this is 97. Even in those times, women were here all over the place, but you had to tough to get aggressive, arresting top level ladies. A lot of them were little still not as aggressive as men. I don't know whether that's just because they're leery about the environment they're around. I don't know what that is, but having an aggressive lady officer is a precious thing. It's hard to find. And she was one of them, and I thought, oh man. And later on, I picked up another one, which is outstanding. So I'm going, okay, what is it? She goes, okay, well, what is it? You know, I'm trying to be upbeat. She goes, well, I shouldn't tell you this, but you need to know in case something comes up. I said, I'm thinking, oh, okay. I thought maybe she was having a internal affairs thing going or something. That's usually what happens is they hit somebody they shouldn't have, or they threw somebody down the ground or something like that, where they got a personnel complaint and they have to wait for that complaint to finish before they can move on. That's just a policy. She goes, well, she puts her head down, thinking, oh man, what's this? So I want to hear this. She goes, I'm alternate lifestyle. Now remember now, I'm an old school guy, Vietnam vet, heterosexual, wife and a daughter, 3 sisters. I've never experienced an alternate lifestyle person, man or woman. It's new to me. Again, my sponge kicked in. Okay, that sponge I had threw out a bunch of stuff at me, which I didn't know I even had. It's surprising when stuff comes out of your mouth and you go, did I say that? You know, so I go, well, is that going to affect the way you work? I mean, I was surprised how I came out with that. I'm firing. She goes, oh, it caught her. She goes, no. So you tell me that you like other ladies, and that way, so in liking other women, you won't be able to do that job I want you to do? Is that what you're telling me? No. Can you do what I asked you to do? Yes. Are you going to do it? Yes. Are you going to give me 8 hours work for 8 hours pay? Yes. I'll see you Monday, 10 o'clock. She didn't know what to do. She just sat there. I saw her eyes water up. She had never been talked to that way. I felt pretty good about that. I'll see you Monday. And she goes, oh my God. She gets up. She shakes my hand. Oh yeah. I said, wear plain clothes. Get yourself a holster. You got plenty of time. You know, 3-4 days. And I said, looking forward to it. And she walked out and I walked out. And literally both of us are walking on clouds on that one. I felt pretty good about that. I'm not bragging. It just, again, that stuff in that sponge I've learned, it's popping out stuff. Really weird how that came out. Okay. So that's what's happening. Okay. So anyway, so I gave the interviews and it was pretty good. Okay. So now we're in about a month into this, maybe the second month, and we're doing really good. Warrants every day. Okay. And here's where you have to, here's where all the stuff I learned, and believe it or not, Vietnam, and all the years since then, that was 69, okay, now it's 97, 98, comes to fruition here, okay? We're doing a warrant in a really bad town next to our town, which could get any worse, it can't. But anyway, and the house we were doing, the street is the border, okay? So the house we're doing on one side of the street is in the other town, the other jurisdiction, and on the other side of the street is our jurisdiction. But we cross-reference all the time anyway, and we were going to do a search warrant. They were selling narcotics out of this house, which is basically half the width of a street outside our city limits, but it doesn't really matter. We just do it anyway. It's state law. Okay, fine. So since we are another agency, we asked for the sheriffs to come out and have a couple of units with us that were sheriffs, because we wanted to have uniform presence when we do the warrant. And so they came out, and my guys giving the briefing, and we're asking the uniform just to back us up. We're going to go in first with all our ninja outfits, wear these dark outfits with the helmet and all the stripes and everything, and police everywhere. And because we don't want them to be in danger, because they're helping us, but we're going to warrant, and that way protocol is we don't want those guys in front because it's our warrant. We'll take the shots. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. So we're getting ready to do it. So their sergeant is standing watching this, so he knows I'm in charge. I got all these, what I showed you on my uniform, all these stripes and everything. He goes, can I see you for a second? I go, yeah, sure. Over to the side. He goes, are you aware that we had a shootout there last weekend? I go, you mean a cop shootout? He goes, no, it was rival gangs drove by and shot the house up. And we found AR-15 casings on the street. And we found AR-15 casings in the house, because we responded to the house they've been shot at. Well, if you don't know, AR-15 is a military grade automatic weapon I used in Vietnam, and it's a high, actually I think it still be purchased pretty highly all over the country still, And I go, oh, really? He goes, yeah. So I don't know if you still want to do this. I said, oh, no, we're not going to do this. I said, you secure your people. He goes, you're not going to do it? Nope. You secure your people, we're going to call it. Okay, fine. So there's my stripes kicking in. So now I go back and tell my people, and the guy that wrote the warrant was one of my most vocal and most industrious guy. I knew he was going to give me some crap. Okay, so I thought, well, got to do what you got to do. So I go back, and they see the black and whites drive away. I walk back, and they got a van and another car, and I go, hey, by the way, guys, we're going to secure. It's like, we're going to do it right at dark. So it was like 5:30, something like that. And of course, they go, what's going on? I said, well, we're not going to, explain what I said about the automatic weapons casings laying all over the place. And the most vocal guy and his partner says, he goes, oh man, okay, now I'm going to have to stop this story, and I'm really sorry, I'm running out of time. It's a long one, and I'll come back to it. I apologize, but some of these just are my camera needs to be rebooted or whatever. So see you in a little bit.